Walaikum salam,
Walaikum
Rabia,
salam,
and
Rabia,
all the
and
listeners.
all the
I'm well,
listeners. I'm well,
alhamdulillah, and
alhamdulillah,
hope
and hope
you
you
are
are
too.
too. Alhamdulillah. So today you bring to us two special biryanis, and they showcase very different techniques. So what makes each one of those special for Eid feasts?
So the two that
So
I
the
am
two
going
that
to
I
be
am going
speaking
to be
about
speaking
today
about today
is
is
chicken tikka
chicken tikka
biryani,
biryani,
and the other one
and
is
the
a
other one is
farda
a
biryani.
farda biryani.
So both are
So both
different
are
in how
different in
they
how
are made.
they are made.
They have different
They have
spices
different
as
spices
well.
as well.
Compared to the
Compared to the
traditional
traditional
biryanis, I
biryanis,
think the
I
chicken
think the
tikka
chicken tikka
and the
and
farda
the
biryani are
farda
both
biryani
my
are both
favorite,
my favorite,
especially if you want to
especially
try
if you want to
something
try
new this
something
Eid.
new this Eid.
Yeah, and they both
And they
flavorful, both
flavorful,
delicious.
both
So
delicious.
you
So
will find the
you
full
will find the
recipe
full
on my YouTube
recipe on my
channel, of
YouTube
course.
channel, of course.
So do head
So
on
do
there
head
and you
on
would
there
find
and
it
you would
there.
find it there.
Now that's exactly where I went, to Culinary Vlogs by Z. And folks, that is a Z, not a Z-E-E. It's just Culinary Vlogs, all one word, by Z, all one word. And you can find her parda biryani, or a veiled biryani, and chicken tikka biryani. Now, I looked at these recipes and I see parda biryani, or the veiled biryani, there's a bread covering. And it's so dramatic. It's wonderful. So what's the secret? Firstly, tell us a little bit about that parda biryani. Take us through it, because otherwise I'm going to be speaking about things that our listeners don't understand where I'm coming from. I know there's a bread covering. It looks awesome. Tell us about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's actually, not a bread covering. It's a crepe batter. So it's a savory crepe batter. And you would make this separately. Then you would cook your biryani. You would make your you'd cook the biryani with spices. You would boil the rice. You'd boil the masood as you would a normal biryani. But the difference in this biryani would be that you would actually pull this crepe. So you'd use a bowl. Place the crepe over the bowl. Then you'd place your biryani into the crepe, and then you'd seal the crepe. So you'd place the crepe into the oven tray, and you'd bake that for a while. Baking that actually seals everything together, and then you'd have a mini parda biryani ready to be served for your guests.
Oh wow! You know, it's giving, as you speak about it, it's giving those, you know, those pizzas that are sealed up. I know there's a name for it, but I is not the chef. You are the chef. It sounds absolutely beautiful, but with a crepe. Yes, there we go. Now, how do you balance? Firstly, how do you get that crust without drying it out? That's the one thing.
You mean the crepe itself?
Yes, because it's going to have a little crust on it.
It doesn't actually have a crust on it. It's actually soft. So it's a soft crepe. And then when you bake it, it gives it a soft texture. It doesn't actually crisp at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
so looking at the picture, it looked like a little bit of a crispy there. So it's going to be soft. That's even better, because you can just cut into it, and there's that softness with all the flavor and the aromas escaping from it. Delicious. Subhanallah. And how are you going to balance the spices when they're trapped under that crepe layer?
So it's actually just mixing everything together. You've got your masalas. It's just general biryani spices. Nothing too fancy. It's chili powder, your turmeric. Basic ingredients that you find in your kitchen. You don't have to go out and specifically get unusual ingredients they have nowadays. So it's balancing all those flavors together and creating this biryani dish.
Okay,
So
it's a standard
basic kitchen item.
Wonderful. So it's your
Ingredients.
standard biryani, but with a special crepey, sweet, crepey, lovely, soft kind of external texture. Wonderful.
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
you've got a chicken tikka biryani. That's something I myself have never heard of. Now, tell us a little bit about that recipe, please.
So this one is actually one of my favorites. It's mixing two different meals. You've got your chicken tikka, and then your biryani, which is just basically using your rice and your masoor from the biryani, and then combining these two together, you get a lovely smoky traditional chicken tikka biryani flavor, which I'm sure everyone is going to enjoy.
Okay, that's fantastic. And how do you, with that chicken tikka, what is your trick for keeping that flavor distinct from your biryani spices? Is there a trick so that we know we can taste that's a chicken tikka?
It's just again using everyday kitchen spices put together. It tastes similar to the normal chicken tikka that you'd make over charcoal braai. It's just adding your masoor and your rice in this recipe. So it's just basically that's the method you would use to make this.
So both of these recipes, it sounds like they are standard cooking, traditional cooking, just as you normally do your traditional cooking, but then it's got that Zakiyya flair and that little bit of something, a little bit of a twist. Now, you've also reinvented soji for us. So what uncommon spice beyond the cardamom could actually deepen the flavor of soji?
So with soji this year, I've decided to experiment a bit. Using the traditional soji, you could use toppings, separate toppings. Like say for example, you've got your melted chocolate with nougat. You can just top it up onto your soji. You've got maybe add in rose flavoring into your soji to give it a color, and then add in a drizzle at the top when it's finished with some Turkish delight. So you've got Turkish delight soji, and then you can also use different ways to present your soji. So you could use many bowls. You could alternate a soji with cream and then some nuts, and then more soji, cream and nuts, and lay it that way. And then obviously serve that to your guests. Also introducing maybe ice cream. So you'd have a serving of soji with a topping of ice cream, say a barfi ice cream. And that way you could just experiment and introduce new flavors to your soji. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing this week.
So for you, then, the soji, I mean, soji is always a little bit sweet, right? But how wonderful it would be to introduce a little bit of chocolate there, as you say. Maybe you could, I don't know, I'm thinking get some liquid chocolate that you've spiced up with cardamom, and you could maybe pour that over the soji. What do you think of that? I'm getting creative over here. Learning from your site.
That would work.
Learning from your site. So, it's the biryanis. What has been your favorite part? Growing up, if I think back, I wasn't raised with biryani. We have very different traditions which are not Muslim traditions, because Portugal is not traditionally a Muslim country. And so we were having this discussion earlier, dear listeners, Zakiyya and I, and we're talking about, how do we celebrate Eid and still include our culture? And most of us Muslims here in South Africa are Indian, and so there's the cultural thing. And yet you were in Portugal recently, and did you find any difference in the foods, or did you find that because Muslims are of a particular tradition, you were still able to find the foods that you normally eat?
So I was actually very impressed with the Muslim community in Lisbon, Portugal. The food was different. We did have Portuguese tarts, certified halal, which I was quite amazed by. You've got your seafood. You've got your. There were quite different types of Portuguese dishes that we had as well. But most of the dishes in Portugal that I found were Indian. So it was Indian, Pakistani, it was African cuisine. So it was just basic everyday food that we would find and eat found in Lisbon. And I was quite surprised by that. And Alhamdulillah, when you travel to a European country, you don't really expect this type of foods to be found, especially certified halal. And so I was just very impressed by that.
Yeah, I think that there's a reason for that, is because Portugal is typically a Catholic country, and Muslims, the predominant amount of Muslims there, although of course there are reverts, predominantly they are imports, people who've moved in, and so they bring with themselves the culture. But I feel almost like it's coming full circle, because the Portuguese went to India to get the spices with Vasco da Gama. They went to India, they got all these wonderful recipes, they kind of unfortunately messed up a lot of them, turned everything on its head. But we still have that rice pudding that is reminiscent of the kheer that comes, from the Indian culture. Yeah. So I think we're going to see more of that, and it'll be interesting to see how those flavors fuse. For me, like you speak about cardamom in soji, I had never eaten soji until I reverted to Islam, and it's delicious.
Okay, that's good. You're trying the good one.
The good ones. And everybody makes it slightly different, don't they?
They do, yes.
They do. So now, with your biryani, what else will you be serving? Any salads that you're thinking of serving with your biryanis?
So there is the traditional carrot and onion cucumber salad that you would make, the salmon and the mix that they usually serve it with. But also green salad. It would be nice to experiment with green salad, adding in maybe glazed peaches or glazed pineapple, caramelized peaches and pineapples, and then also maybe grilled halloumi. So there's so many options that you can use to top the salad, adding some seeds. So there's so many things you can do with just a green salad.
Yeah, I love the idea of halloumi cheese, almost having the halloumi cheese in the salad as a starter. And then we can go ahead, kind of line the belly with the fiber before we go full on the beautiful biryanis that you have given us.
Right.
Dear listeners, please do let us know if you have any special tips and tricks for the biryanis. You have to let us know, because you can get most of these ingredients from Dawoods Megastore. So to WhatsApp us on 060 904 1056. And Zakiyya Manjoo, you can find her on Culinary Vlogs by Z. I want to spell that for you just to make sure you've got it. That's CULINARY. Culinary Vlogs is with a V, so VLOGS. And then the word by, BY, not like the strange people nowadays, and Z, which is just a Z. Culinary Vlogs by Z. Subhanallah. These recipes are wonderful. What I have enjoyed most, honestly, Zakiyya, it's been such a wonderful privilege to have you on Dawoods Ramadan table. I have really enjoyed the fusion approach. I think of your pomegranates that you used in our first recipe. I think of the side dishes that you made with the vegetables. I'm thinking of even these biryanis, this chicken tikka biryani, which is such a wonderful idea. So Jazakallah so much for joining us on Dawoods Ramadan table. We've got only just enough time to do that giveaway, and I'd actually like for you to stay on. Will you stay on with us for this giveaway? Because we're doing 2 giveaways, and you can say, are they right? Are they wrong? How's that? Dear listeners, please give us a call on on 0861 904 1056. 0861 904 1056 to win one of 2 gift vouchers. And here is our first question. What are the 2 types of biryani that were shared by Zakiyya Manjoo on the show today? Sister Razia Khan has WhatsApped in, and she says it is salams, wa alaikum salam, parda biryani and chicken tikka biryani. Yay or nay?
Yay!
Subhanallah. So she is the winner. Sister Razia, you will have to send us your details, because you have won the 200 Rand gift voucher for Dawoods mega stores. Now, Zakiyya gave us a few tips on making the parda biryani and on making the chicken tikka biryani. Can you give us one of the tips that Zakiyya from Culinary Vlogs by Z has given us on how to make better biryani? A tip could be referring to parda biryani or to chicken tikka biryani. Here we have something. Somebody has come in. Okay, let's take the first one. There was the very first one. There we go. Okay, we will need to have your name though. Oh dear, we don't know who this is. There is an answer that has come in here, so our technician is going to get in touch with you, but that is not, no, that's the wrong answer. Sorry, wrong answer. Let's try somebody else. There's a few more here. What are some of the tips that were given to us? Let's see. Sister Zakiyya, let's have a look. Shall we have a look at what Sister Zakiyya says? The traditional biryani? No, that's not it. Sister Shaida Sayed, I'm sorry folks, I'm so sorry. The questions were, give us one of the tips for making better biryani. Sister Shaida Sayed says, use basic simple ingredients from your kitchen. Straight from Zakiyya Manjoo's mouth. What do you say, Sister Zakiyya?
Perfect.
Subhanallah.
Perfect. She's the winner. She's the winner.
She is the winner. Using the freshest ingredients straight out of your kitchen. And of course, add your own creativity, add your own flair, add your own little twists on things, like that chocolate in the soji. Can you believe it? Chocolate in the soji. Now, Zakiyya, before you go away, those are our winners, and our technician is going to be in touch with you folks so that Sister Shaida and Sister Razia Khan can give us their details. Now, Zakiyya, what are your plans going forward in terms of this, the social media and the teaching? Are there any courses coming up? Anything special that you're planning that you could let our listeners know about?
So there's nothing planned. I do continue to share my recipes. But I did get a few offers during your radio show, Rabia. It was actually collaborating with people and promoting their businesses and sharing recipes with them. So I don't know, maybe that could be an option. But nothing decided yet.
That's wonderful. So, and I just want to go back as well to one question that listeners may not have heard if they didn't hear the first session, the first episode of this, is how did you get into the cooking? What brought you into the cooking? I know you were inspired by your grandma, but when did you say, okay, at this point I'm going to share my recipes, I'm going to go online? What caused that move?
So it was actually in lockdown. When we didn't have much to do, and before that, I was actually doing some cooking and baking classes in Midrand. And when lockdown hit, we had to stop. So that's when I decided to start sharing my recipes on a YouTube channel with all the people that were attending. And then it just opened up to the public, and it grew from there.
That's awesome. And you know what? You never know what starts in a small way can grow. And look at you sitting on Instagram. Your follower numbers are growing on the daily. So folks, do go ahead and follow Culinary Vlogs by Z. So Zakiyya, any messages for Eid for our listeners from you?
Oh yes. I just like to say I wish everyone a wonderful Eid and good luck with their preparations. Thank you so much for all the love that you've given me while being on the show. Rabia, to you and the Radio Al team. Jazakallah, thank you so much for having me on every week. And also to Dawoods for trusting me in promoting their brand, giving me this opportunity. So it's been really great and fun being on the show.
Well, it's been wonderful to have you, Zakiyya Manjoo. Folks, that was Zakiyya Manjoo from Culinary Vlogs.